Hi kids, welcome to Happy Monster and learn English together. In a small village nestled deep within a green valley, there was an old attic that had been forgotten for many years. Inside that dusty attic, hidden among cobwebs and shadows, stood an ancient wooden clock. It had long stopped ticking, its hands frozen in place, its chimes silent for centuries. No one paid attention to it, until one day, when a strong gust of wind blew through a broken window, swirling up the dust, and the old clock suddenly glowed with a faint golden light. This was no ordinary clock. It was the wishing clock, a relic of time itself, sleeping for ages, waiting for a pure heart to awaken it. And that heart belonged to a curious little boy named Eliot. Eliot loved to explore every hidden corner of the village. One afternoon, while playing hide-and-seek, he climbed up to the forgotten attic. In the dim light, he discovered the dusty clock. Guided by some strange feeling, Eliot reached out and touched it. The clock's hand stirred for the first time in centuries, and a deep ticking sound echoed through the attic, as if awakening from a dream. That night, long after the village had fallen asleep, the clock rang with a low, resonant chime. Time seemed to pause. Eliot suddenly found himself standing in a strange, starry realm, where glowing hourglasses floated in the air and spiral ribbons of light stretched endlessly. A voice whispered in his mind, "With every chime, you may make a wish. But remember, time always asks for something in return. Use it wisely." From that night on, Eliot began to experience the clock's magic. The first time, he wished for the village gardens to bloom in the middle of winter. With one chime, roses, tulips, and daisies burst into bloom, filling the streets with color and fragrance. The second time, he wished for the dry riverbed to flow again, so people and animals would no longer suffer from thirst. A clear stream began to ripple and sing through the valley once more. The third time, he wished for stars to shine closer to the village, not to burn it, but to light up the fields so children could play without fear of the dark. The night became bright as day, sparkling with 1,000 tiny suns. But soon, Eliot noticed something troubling. Each time the clock chimed, a piece of the day disappeared. A morning vanished, and the sun rose late. An afternoon slipped away, and darkness came too soon. A night disappeared, leaving people restless and confused. Time in the village grew uneven, broken, and strange. The villagers grew worried. They didn't know the cause, but Eliot did. His heart grew heavy with guilt. The wishes had brought joy, but they were tearing time apart. One night, when the clock chimed again, Eliot was pulled back into the starry realm. The same voice whispered once more, "You have seen the truth. Time cannot be given endlessly. Will you keep using the clock, or will you let it go to protect the balance?" Eliot stood silent for a long moment. Images of the villagers, the children, the flowers, the stream, the stars, all filled his mind. At last, he chose to let it go. The clock rang one final time, and golden light swept across the sky. The world returned to normal. Time flowed steadily again. Flowers bloomed in their own season, rivers ran with the gift of rain, and the night sky glittered with distant stars. Back in the attic, the wishing clock stood still once more, silent and motionless, its glow gone. It was just an ordinary clock again. But Eliot carried the lesson in his heart: the greatest magic isn't changing time, it's cherishing the time you already have. From then on, he lived each day fully, reminding everyone in the village, time is the most precious gift we are ever given.